Alright, this is Andrew with Jota Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in Salt Lake City. Today is January 31st, 2023, and we are at 2821 South, 1500 East. We've got the camera pushed out 96 feet. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So, what you're seeing on the screen there is the city line. That's the shared line. This first connection point is called the nose on. That's where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. It looks like you have a clean out right before the city connection. That's what that big hole is. That goes up to a pipe. I didn't see it out there. It could be buried. A lot of times houses of this age will have a line, a clean out, but it's buried. One thing I'm looking at are the joints, very specifically, and so this one looks okay. Little tiny offset, but pretty good. But if you look at the top part of the pipe, how it's got that lip, that's an offset. That's a spot where waste could potentially get stuck and create a blockage. Looks like clay pipe from what I can tell. Big old root right there. I'd recommend having that hydrojetted out. Waste could definitely get stuck on that and create a blockage. And then I'd recommend once that has been hydrojetted, you get it scoped again to evaluate that it's been cleaned and removed, and that there's no other issues that I wasn't able to see with that root there. Not seeing any standing water, which is great. I run a ton of water during the inspection, and so if you had standing water, that would indicate that you have bad grade. It looks like the pipe shifted a little bit right here. You can see that lip on the top. Much better to see the lip on the top than on the bottom, where waste is more likely to get caught, but still not a good sign when that's moved. This is the cast iron now. This is what you have under the house and up the stack. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty. I would definitely recommend getting the insurance on this line. Eventually it will need to be replaced. With all that rust, it's really impossible to see if there's any cracks in there. But it can crack. It deteriorates over time and it starts to flake and get thinner. Luckily they can't blow liners into a lot of lines, and so that might be an option here. That can be a little cheaper than having the line dug up. Still not cheap, but it's a little cheaper. Looks like it's performing the way that you want it to be today, except for those roots and a couple offsets. I'd recommend getting the roots cleaned out, having them hydrojetted. The other option is to have them cabled out or snaked out. When they do that, it doesn't always get everything, so I'd recommend getting it hydrojetted. It costs a little more, but then it's more likely to get everything. A lot of times a snake will punch a hole, which is good if you have an actual blockage and it's backing up and you need to relieve the pressure real quick. That can work really well for that, but it's not good at getting everything out, and so I'd recommend getting everything cleaned out. The other option is, since you do have cast iron, you can also have it coated. That's where they take a chain cutter and they cut through all that surface of rust, and that can help remove the rust and make it a little smoother again, and that would be a good idea. I'm going to end this recording now.